everybody. Let's jump into Photoshop. Let's start with today's video. Okay, so let's go into Photoshop. Alright, so let's create a new document, new, and then I'm going to use 2000 here, and I'm also going to use 2000 here, and then I'll set it to 300 for maximum resolution. Okay, and then pixels here, I'll call it Easter flyer, and RGB color here, and then let's just leave it like that. Click on create, and now we're going to start with the background, and so let's just put our guards there just to help us do the alignment and make it more beautiful. I'm going to set here to 6. I'm also going to set here to 6, and then leave everything here like that, and then click on OK. Alright, so let's start with a solid color. I'm going to use a color that is closer to black, but not really black. It's 070302. Okay, and then I'm also going to bring in an image. Let's bring in this one, and let's drag it into Photoshop, and then release it over here. Okay, so I'm going to drag it up here like this. I want this one just to show on the right side, and so something like this is better. Remember, we can always come back again and work on it. Okay, so I'll give it like this, and also give it a mask. Hide my rulers by clicking on Ctrl H. Okay, and then click on the brush, decrease the size a little bit. Okay, and then make sure here is color black. Opacity and flow is 100, and then click over here, and then let's mask it. Okay, want it to blend nicely. Now you also want to choose a soft round brush for this, and then just increase the size a little bit more, and then mask it. So I believe this is quite great. I'm going to put these two in a group, and then I'll call it BG. Nice. Now the next thing we are going to create is the text. So I'll click on my text too, and then I'll type over here, and then I'll go here and then go and bring in the details. I'll bring blood, and then I'll paste, Ctrl V to paste the blood there, and then click on the move tool so that I can be able to move it about. Okay, now let's go here, and then let's see the details here. What are we going to do? Let's set here to Montserrat. Guys, I'm going to leave the fonts in the description for you. It will lead you to my blog, and you can download everything. So Montserrat here, and then let's set here to bold to give it maximum visibility, and then the font size over here, let's set it to 34.5, something like that, make it more bigger. And then over here, let's set here to -60 to make it more compressed. Also, I want to take all the caps off. Okay, great. I think it looks great. Let's see. I think it looks great. You know, it's together like this, compressed. I like how it looked like. Also set it to color white if it's not color white already. And then over here, I'm thinking giving it 1110 over here. So here is going to be 100. Here is going to be 110. Okay, and so that is pretty much it. Let's bring it, Ctrl H to bring our grades are not showing. Okay, so let's go there. Let's create it all over again. I don't know what's happening. So 6, and then okay. Now Ctrl H will hide it, Ctrl H will bring it back again. I think this is better. Okay, and then let's type pick this, type over here, and paste it. Okay, now with this one, let's see, we are still going to use Montserrat for it. Okay, but we are not going to use let's still use bold. Okay, you're going to decrease the font size over here. Let's decrease it to 16.5. Let's see, it's going to be much more smaller, and you will see the reason why I write he, not there. It's supposed to be T over here, but I would like to just use our artistic powers a little bit. So we're still going to keep everything here the same. The tracking is going to be -30. The vertical the horizontal scale is going to be 1110 as usual, keep the color white as well, and that is it. I want you to click on your move tool and then move it here. Okay, you want it to be on the same line with it, so you just have to really be careful it doesn't cross it the same line. Okay, all right, now I think this is good. You want to duplicate it as well and then bring it down, and then this time I want you to pick speaks, Ctrl C to copy it, and then double click here and then Ctrl V to paste it. And then I also want us to, you're going to use Montserrat as well, we are going to use bold as well, and then the font size, let's increase it to 34.5. okay, that's great. And then I also want us to leave here -60 as well. The vertical scale is 100, the horizontal scale, let's leave it at 1110 as usual. Let's make everything big over here, and then let's keep the color white. Okay, so you can see how I am dealing with it. Let me drag this one up, and then let me click here, hold Control and click here as well, and then drag it in there. Okay, in fact, let's Ctrl T, select just the two of them. Let's make it exactly, you can see here it's in the middle here like this. Nice. And then let's go for speaks as well, and then let's bring speaks also in the middle here like that, and then drag it up. Okay, now I think this is great, but then let's bring in a few things. This one, I want you to drag it in there and release it. Okay, so now this is it. I wish I could bring it down, so that's what I'm going to do, drag it down. Okay, and then what I'm also going to do is I am going to Control T to transform it, and then right click it and then click on warp. Okay, now this time it gives us the option to really push stuff in there and stuff like that. I want it to look curvy. I want it to look curvy and very slim as well. Okay, very slim as well. Maybe drag this one up a little bit. So just play with it, nothing fancy, just play with it. Okay, just play with it. I want here to be very pointy. I want it to be very pointy. Okay, so I think this is great. So you can see the shape I've created out of it. Control T again, and then let's resize it. Let's bring it down like that, and then let's perhaps tilt it more or rotate it more. Okay, I think this is great. Now the next thing we are going to do is hold Control and then click over here. You can see speak over here, click over here. Great. Now remember, here is still selected. Okay, I want you to go to select, and I want you to go to modify, and I want you to go to expand, and then I want you to expand it to 8. Let's see. Great. So we are using 8 right now. I want you to come and click over here, the mask over here. I want you to double click here, and I want you to click on invert. So now you can see it looks visible now. That's great. Let's go back and then let's pick this, and then let's drag it in there as well. Now resize it. This is going to be what we are going to use to cross our T. Okay, so resize it more. Enter. Okay, so let's double click it. We need to give it color white as well, because the red color is not really making it stand out. Double click it. Let's go to color overlay, click over here, and then click on color white, and then okay. So now it looks like T there, so you can see how it is. I think this is great. I don't know, but I think this is great. Let's put everything in a group. Okay, and then let's call it theme. So we are basically done with the theme, but it's left with one more thing, just to make the theme more realistic and real. What we are going to do is we are going to bring this blood and then drag it all the way into Photoshop, release it, and then resize it. Let's keep it on the T. Okay, and then let's right click and then create clipping mask. Alright, and then let's position it nicely. I think this is great. Okay, so we are done with it. We are basically done with it, and let's Ctrl T. Okay, so now this is good. I like how it looks like. I think this is great. Now the next thing we are going to do is let's bring in some few images, and let's drag it up more. Okay, so some few images and stuff. Let's drag this into Photoshop. And then let's release it, and then let's resize it, and then let's place it somewhere here. Okay, let's push it a little bit more. Now let's give it a mask, and then click on your brush. Go and pick a soft round brush, opacity and flow 100%. Make sure your caps lock is off so you can see the tip of the brush. Reduce it, and then just let's reduce it a little bit more. Ctrl T to transform it, and then drag it up. Okay, click over here, click on your brush tool, color black over here, and then paste or just brush it like that. Nice. Now one thing I don't like how the color is not really standing out. So what we are going to do is we are going to add some few adjustments, and this is the adjustment icon. So you just click on it, and then let's go and then let's look for curves. Okay, so we'll pick curves, and then we are going to clip it to it so that it works only on this, and then we are going to drag this somewhere here. Now let's see, click on the eye, click on the eye here. Okay, so this is how it was at first, this is how it looks like now. I think it is way better, but we are not done with it. Let's add more to it. Let's add levels to it. We want the dark side over here to also stand out a little bit. So the levels you are going to push here up to around 9, clip it to it. Let's see the difference. The black is also coming out a little bit, and then over here let's leave it like that. Now let's add one more thing to it. Let's add hue and saturation. I want the color on my face to tone down a little bit. Let's clip it to it, and so over here I want us to reduce here to around minus let's see, minus 17. Okay, it tones down the color just slightly a little bit, and now we can put all of this in a group, and then we'll call it set image. Great. Now let's see, let's duplicate it. In fact, let's not duplicate it. Okay, let's go and pick Pastor Mensa or Tabel, and let's drag him in there as well, and then let's see. Okay, make it more bigger. Okay, great. Now he also, let's give him a mask as well. Click on your brush, set it to black, come over here, set it to soft round brush, come over here, opacity 100, flow 100. Make sure you click here, and then you mask underneath him like that. Okay, So this is also great. We also want to tone down his color a little bit, so you're going to add hue and saturation to it. Where are you? And then let's clip it to it as well. Now the saturation over here, let's decrease it to around let's see, 22 is good. 22 is good. And then let's put it in a group. Let's call it Otabil image. Okay, so we have both Otabil image and then we have Seth's image as well. Let's start with our text. At least let's give it some text as well. So let's click over here and then let's come here and pick these two and then let's paste it there. Great. Now let's open our character. On our character we are going to use Montserrat as well. We are going to set here to semi bold. Okay, and then over here let's set the font size to 3, make it much more smaller. All right, and then you can see it's not really standing out well. The leading is too much, and so over here I want us to set it to 2.8. let's see. Great. 2.8. Click on your move tool so that you can be able to move it about. Let's move it around here. And then what else are we going to do to it? Make sure everything here is caps, guys. Make sure it's caps as well. We are setting the color to color white as well. And then over here, the tracking over here, let's set it to 0 so that it will space out nicely. Now I want us to zoom in a little bit more so that we can see the details. I want us to duplicate it, and then I want us to also go and pick Gerst, Control C, and then paste it there. Great. Let's push it up. Click on your move tool, guys. Click on your move tool. Click on the layer as well. Then move it up. Okay. All right. So now let's open our character. We don't want it to look the same. If it's looking the same, it's going to be a little bit boring. We need to differentiate them. And so we are still using Montserrat here as well, but then we are going to set here to regular, make it much more lighter. That's good. It adds a very important touch to it. Let's change the color as well. Let's give some colors that really blend together, and so let's give it 00C2 EE. all right, so this color complements the whole color scheme over there. And then let's also pick this rectangular tool. Let's draw a very thin line, this is just our artistic stuff. It has nothing to it than beauty. Double click it, okay, and then let's give it this color as well, F8C11A. so that is also great. Let's put everything in a group, and then let's call it Seth name. Now guys, if you are struggling to get this one like that, I want you to click on your paragraph. You can't find paragraph, go to Windows and go and look for paragraph. Okay, this is going to pop up. Make sure this side is selected. That's what makes it work like that. Okay, and so Control J to duplicate it, and then I want you to drag it in here. Okay, then I want you to go and I want you to pick Pastor Mensa or Tabio, and then this time the prophet over here, duplicate, double click it, and then right click it, and then paste without formatting. Awesome. Now let's go back and then let's pick host, Control C to copy it, and then double click here and then paste, right click it, paste without formatting. Now we can't really see it, and so let's pick our rectangular tool over here, and then let's just draw something. Okay, now remember we are going to work on everything, so it's not really a challenge. I want you to come here and click on white. You can click here as well and select color white as well. Let's drag it underneath Pastor Mensa Tabio. So now we can change the color so that we can see it clearly. Let's click here, let's click here, let's choose this color 2D2C2C. Let's see. No, I don't like how the color is. It's not really standing out. Let's give it a different color. Let's give it FF0030 color red. Now it's standing out. That is great. And then let's click on Pastor Mensa. Click here. Let's just go and pick a color that is not color black, right, but closer to black. So here, around here will be good. Great. Around there will be good. And then let's push this one closer to it. Let's push this one closer to it. Okay, let's also push this one up a little bit. I think this is great so far. Let's call it Otabil name, right? Okay, so we are done with the name. We're done with the images. I think this is good. I don't know, but I feel like this is good. And so we need to add some few text around the top of the head. So let's click here, and then Easter convention. It is the Blood Speaks Easter convention. Okay, click on it. Go and click on your move to, so that you can be able to move it. Without a move to, you can't move it. Okay, and then move it up. Now let's work on the text editing. We are going to keep here Montserrat. We are going to set here to let's use medium. Okay, and then we are going to set here to 5 point, maybe 4 or 5, something like that. Okay, here let's set here to 400, like it spaces out nicely. And then let's give it some bright color. Let's click here. Let's set it to FAC610, bright color. And then let's try and then fix it somewhere on top of it, on top of everything. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think this is good. Also let's check here and see. We are setting here to 1110, remember, and then all here is going to be caps as well, and then we can leave it like that. Yeah, we can leave it like that. Yeah, we can leave it like that. Now let's drag this into the theme as well, so that everything is there, well organized. The next thing we are working on is the details. Okay, the details. And for the details, I would like to make it left aligned over here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick this, and then I am going to type over here, and I'm going to paste it. Good. Now you can see what it's doing over here. I don't like it to be like that, so I'll drag it on top and leave it over here. Okay, now it's showing. Now click over here, and then you can move it now. Open your character panel, and then let's make some changes to the text. We are using Montserrat again, but I want it to be very bold, so we are going to click on bold over here. Now it's bold, but the font size is very small. No, the date and the time are really important, and so let's make it a little bolder over here. Let's use 6.8, a little bolder over here. And then the tracking is 400 over here. Let's set it to 0 now, so that it's more compressed. I like the way it looks. Let's make everything caps over here, and then let's make it color white. Great. Now I like to keep it somewhere here, but let's go to paragraph, and then make sure it is left aligned, guys. Left aligned. Okay, so duplicate it, and then bring it down. Control J to duplicate it. Okay, and now we brought it down. Let's change kingdom as well. Double click it, and then paste it. All right, now with kingdom we are still using Montserrat again. We are going to use bold again, and then we are going to make it much more bigger. So let's use 8.3, a little bit bigger. Okay, and then let's set the tracking to 0 if it's not already. Set the everything over here to cap, and then we also want to make sure it is 0 here, and then the color is color white as well. It's very important. Now let's duplicate it again. Let's drag it down. Okay, and then let's pick this one. Great, and then let's double click it, and then let's paste it. Great. Now let's work on the editing. We are using Montserrat over here. We don't want it to be bold. If everything is bold, it's going to be boring, guys. And so we are going to set it to regular. Now once you set it to regular, the contrast that comes out of it is very beautiful. And so let's set the size over here also to a very small size, 3.8, because if all the sizes are the same, remember, it's going to be boring. So we are just making slight differences just to make sure it is interesting. Okay, and then the tracking over here, let's set it to 0. But then the leading over here, you can see it is two packed together. There is no space between them. We need to set the leading to 4.4 thereabout. Spaces out nicely as well. I also don't want it to be let's see how it looks like. I don't want it to be something you can't read. I feel like you can read it, and so we are going to leave it like that. Okay, color white as well, guys. Remember, it's color white as well. Then we are going to duplicate it again, and then we are going to bring it down again. Then let's pick the time. Remember, the time is very important too. So I like to make the time also bold, just to make it much more readable. Paste without formatting. Now I feel like the time is too small. The time is too small, so the time and then the date needs to be a little bit bold. Let's go to our character over here, make some few changes. I'm setting it to Montserrat here. Like I said, I'm going to set it to bold. Now it's beginning to stand out, but I feel like it's very small, so I'm going to set here to 6.8. Enter. Now it's a little bit pronounced and nice. Let's set the tracking here to 0, and then make sure everything is caps. Of course, we are still going to set it to color white. Okay, now let's move the time down a little bit. Click on your move tool, close this one, click on the time, move the time down a little bit. All right, so now I want you to hold shift, click here, come here, click here. Now you've selected everything. I want you to click over here. All right, now it spaces it out evenly, and that is great. Now also I want you to come and pick this, then I want you to drag it all the way from here, drag it down a little bit. Great. Drag it underneath everything, and then set the opacity here to 58. Awesome. Control H to hide our lines. Let's see. So now we can see it in there. It is nicely done, nicely put. Maybe we can move it up a little bit. I don't want it to hide the host and the name over here. So first, let's put it in a group. Let's call it details. You know, it contains all the details. You know what I mean? All right. So let's move it about. Let's move it about. Somewhere here is good. Somewhere here is good. Okay. So now it's not interfering with this. Somewhere here is good. Let's see. Yes. So I like what I'm seeing, but then I also want to make a few, artistic expression. I mean, expressing yourself on the canvas. Okay. So now I'm just gonna put some lines over here. It's not really a big deal, but like I said, it's just ideas. Now I'm just adding ideas. All right, and then let's click over here still. Let's go here. Let's go and pick color white. Make sure the stroke is off. All right, now you also want to zoom in. You want it. You just want to move it. Okay, click on your move tool and just move it to the middle of it. Duplicate it. Bring it down again. You want it to be over there as well. Let's see how it looks like. I think this is great. Honestly, I think this is great. So I'm going to leave it like this as well. Open the details and then make sure it is in there. Okay, so guys, we are done with this, the details as well. Now let's work on the logo. Okay, so let's work on the logo, and let's see the logo. I am going to type over here, and then I am going to pick Kingdom Chapel, and then I'm going to paste it there. Click on my move to move it somewhere here. Let's work on the details. It's Montserrat. It's bold. Let's set it to semi bold now, and then let's make here 6, just 6. Great. And then the tracking, keep it at 0. Make everything bold over here. We are going to set it to color black, but for now let's just hold on to it. Okay, click over here, Ctrl J to duplicate it, and then move it down. Now let's go and pick Glory Chapel. Ctrl C, duplicate it and paste it without formatting. Okay, now with this one, Kingdom Chapel, Ctrl H, bring the lines, Ctrl T to transform it. I can move it until we want to move it until it falls in the middle over here. You can see it. Okay, that's a quick way I like to do my stuff. And then over here, the Glory Chapel, I want us to open our character over here, and let's make some few changes. Okay, so you're going to set here to 4.3. Awesome. The tracking, keeping it at 0 as well, and then keeping everything bold here. We are going to set it to color black, but as usual, let's wait a little bit. Ctrl T to transform it, and then let's move it. Also want it to be in the middle as well. And then let's go and drag this there, drag it, and then let's just resize it. You know, I can't see anything, to be honest with you, but I think now is a better time. I should create a rectangle there, and so I am going to click here, drag it down, and then I'm going to drag it underneath the kingdom, double click it and pick color white. Now if it's not showing, I want you to click here, set it to this, and click here, set it to white. Okay, and then it will show. So kingdom, and then glory, open character, set here to color black, enter. Great. Move this here a little bit, click on the move tool or V and move it here a little bit. I'll pick this and create a black bar. Click here, set it to no stroke, click here, set it to black, click on the move tool, move it there. Duplicate glory and then move it down. Open character, let's pick presents. Now there's something very important I want to show you guys. So guys, do not really skip the video, don't go anywhere yet. I want to show you guys something. Let's pick present, and then let's paste it there. Okay, so now presents, we are going to set it to Montserrat here, we are going to set it to medium here. Okay, let's set it to just 3, make it much more smaller, it's not really important. And then let's set here to 450. Great, make here caps, let's keep it color white. Alright, Ctrl T, let's keep it in the middle. Let's see how everything looks. Everything looks great. I think everything looks great. Yeah, everything looks great. Now, very importantly, okay guys, let's put this in a group and then let's call it logo. Okay, logo. Now this is what we want to do. We are going to make sure that all the colors blend together nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here on the adjustments, and I'm going to go to color, look up, and I'm going to click over here and look for foggy night. Okay, and then set it like that. Now it looks very, distorted and not nice. Let's come here, let's set it to soft light. All of a sudden it brings some touch to it. Okay, but let's click on our brush here, come here, set it to soft round brush. You can see it over here, hardness to 0. Now over here, set the opacity to 100%, the flow to 100%. Make sure here is color black, and then come and click over here. Make sure your caps lock is off. Increase the size of the brush. Guys, what I want you to do is I want you to click here. All right, because I want it to be too visible over there. Nice. And so guys, this is how you create something like this, but this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so if you want this and many other flyers, I just want you to go here to seller, click on it. It's going to send you to my site over here, and then what you are going to do is you're going to have various options to make your purchase. Okay, so you can see this is one, this is another one, this is another one. This is a course, a graphic design course. If you want to learn a graphic design, the skill itself, this is what you're going to be using. And then this is another flyer, and this is every flyer on my YouTube channel. You can see flyer on my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's go here. This is where I took the Easter flyer from. Let's go to more options so that you can see it, or more details, and then let's drag it down. Okay, so you can see this is it, nicely put over here. And all these are the flyers in the pack, so you can look through all these are the flyers in the pack, so you can see it is part of it. This is it as well. So guys, if you want to make the purchases, just quite simple. All you have to do is just click on buy now, and then it will be yours. Okay, so guys, see you all in the next video. Thank you.